nice work. Eagles have been in here forever. Here's Hemming's shot. That got deflected. Ends up behind where James Hagens picks it up. Plays it up top. Now it's Gasso right in the middle. Turns a shot. Got deflected up high. Oscar Hemming is right back to it. I mean, this has got to be close to, 65, 70 seconds on this shift here. That goes! That's what happens! BC in the offensive zone forever. Manetian fires from the blue line. Gasso a tip in front. Boston College 1-0 early. It's not going to be a recipe for success to be in the zone this long, and BC, to their credit, kept the puck in all that time.
Yeah, Hagens does an excellent job keeping the puck in at the blue line, tried to feed it across for that opportunity, and then right here, you talked about it, outside shot from Manetian, gets the deflection in front, and how about shit? That's what you want to see if you're Greg Brown.
Absolutely. Coming off of last weekend, Boston College scores first. They're 9-2-1 this year when scoring the game's first goal. New Hampshire has come back 4 times this season. Scores first. There not only wasn't much of a hit, but the puck was gone. And that's why that penalty got called. So New Hampshire goes to the power play. This is a spot when Mike Souza talks about needing to find some offense from his forward group. It's right here on the power play. Just 14.5% this year. That is last in Hockey East and 52nd nationally. Fitzgerald plays it over for Winters on a one-timer. Comes to the near wall. Nick Ring got an odd bounce. Centers up. A chance at a left toe save by Cloutier on a good effort from Cam McDonald.
It's 2 big saves by Cloutier.
Right down low, chance in front, they score! Nick Ring on the backside! And New Hampshire takes advantage on the power play and ties the game at 1.
Well, Eric, we were talking right before the game. You said when Nick Ring is going and finding himself in scoring positions, he's going to find the back of the net. He does just that here in this matchup, puts himself in a good position on the power play, protecting the near side, and then finds it on that pass across. What a play by Nick Ring, and UNH responds to Boston College's opening goal here in this first frame. Well, for the Eagles, they give up another power play goal. It's their 4th power play goal given up in the last 5 games.
Michael Hagens trying to come down. Boston College penalty kill, which was one of the best in the country each of the last 2 years, came in still top 20, ranked 17th this season at 84%. That was whistled down for a hand pass. Radivojevic again, fanned on the first pass, gives it back. Conmey over for Hagens, and a stick save by Chevette. Really good work by Chevette to get over, and an excellent find by Conmey to get it over for Hagens.
Yeah, just great offensive pressure by the Eagles. They're finding the right passes. They're looking at the right lanes to create those opening shots, and Chevette has done a great job here early on, just keeping this 1-goal game.
Second group is out there. Played over. Hagens, pass in front. Letourneau scores! What a setup by Hagens! And the Bruins boys connect for a 2-1 lead.
Only fitting they've got the Bruins song after a goal.
That'll look good down the street in a couple of years.
Again, Eric, it goes to the passing. Just 1, 2, 3 for the Eagles, and you see it right on the tape. Beautifully set up by Boston College on the near side from Radivojevic, and inside back on the tip from Dean Letourneau. Just excellent execution by...
With Alex Carr. Here comes Lavins, leaves it behind for Oliver. His shot was blocked by Nolan Joyce.
See a couple of big blocks here for the Wildcats, leading to opportunities the other way.
Going back to that graphic too, obviously some of that's going to continue to move, right? Northeastern's just inside the top 25 right now. Maine's on the outside. They could flip in due time as Chevette makes the save against Oscar Hemming. Early fireworks ahead of the first of 2 this weekend. Let's go back to this Hagens setup. First, a really nice hit by Alex Carr.
Yeah, Carr does a good job leveling the body, so it's not going to lift the body of Hagens, but get enough contact to ride him into the boards. I thought that was great, and the official was right there allowing it to play on. Then you see here the shot, Chevette able to make the stop, and then, just trying to get acquainted here inside the crease.
Jason Seedham, turnover at center. McPherson, who's still out there, plays a backhand in, but Will Moore gets to it for Boston College. 2-1 lead for the Eagles. Difference is the power play goal at the moment by Dean Letourneau.
It's maybe 45-second minute stretch here is probably the longest we've gone without a shot on goal. The offense there on the power play, great job just creating an opening.
James Hagens coming in around for Andre Gasso. Final minute of the period. Up top, Radovojevic. And Chauvet saw it clean.
Worked on the first goal for Boston College.
But a nice play by Sondrial to break it up. Letourneau once again. 17 seconds to go in the period. Letourneau for Vogt. Has Gustafsson up top. Comes down low. That hit the post. Rebound was available for Hemming. Then he plays it off the back of Chauvet. And it somehow stays out. Gustafsson again, over for Vogt, down low Letourneau. Final seconds, gotta go, and that's the period. Wow, the second time a wide open net that the Eagles cannot find could have added to what is already a 2-1 Boston College lead after the first period.
Well, Chauvet does an excellent job finding the puck on a couple of these shots, but and then DeHaro's also gonna clear him out here on the post shot, and then right here on the follow from Hemming, just couldn't get it. Right there's where Chauvet tucks that glove, waits enough for DeHaro, and it looked like Morgan Winters came down.
From this angle. How about this? Just fanned on it, but then smart play by Hemming to try to play it off the back pad, and a diving play by Carr, Chauvet, DeHaro, all in there to keep it out. Watch the second effort of this right there, and nearly had a poke. I mean, that puck comes right up to the post. Sondrial's behind him, and he couldn't get it on goal. Nice setup, though, by Oscar Hemming. Here's James Hagens. Oliver the closest to him. As Hagens walking across the blue line. Got knocked down by Leclerc. Hemming fires! That hit the crossbar. It goes up out of play. What a shot that was for a potential first-round pick coming up in 26.
Again, just great moves here by Hemmings, just finding that pass across, and then he's going to get set up as Boston College keeps the offensive pressure going. Hagens, even though he's dragged down, finds that pass back behind, and then just ringing the crossbar.
Wow. This was Craig Button of TS.
Something later in February and later in March.
Oliver got crunched in by James Hagens. I think you're definitely seeing Hagens. First, let's watch the turnover. It was nearly there. Bobbling puck for Hemming. Marty Lavins does enough to force it out. Seen Hagens throw his body around a little bit more as he's continued into this sophomore season. Set up play. Lavins, a kick saved by Cloutier. Another one for the outside. Carr up high, and Cloutier goes airborne. Then Leclerc scores. They got 3 looks at it. Cloutier made 2 great saves, but the rebound was loose, and the only guy who got it was Cy Leclerc, who ties the game.
Well, again, it's the Wildcats putting pressure on the Eagles. They create this chance, couple of shots off, a couple of big saves by Cloutier, but the Eagles defense unable to clear it out of the circle, and then Leclerc coming in, finding that tough angle shot. Look at right here, coming into the circle, and then just beyond crossbar and down.
So you see what happened there is that, I think it was Sam Oliver's coming, tied at 2 in this second period. And a good even game at Conte Forum so far. First of 2 this weekend to the Eagles and the Wildcats. And it's Dean Letourneau. Centers up, they score! Jake Sondrial in front. Letourneau throws one from the wall. And just like that, BC responds and has the lead back.
Well, the sophomore now with 13 points in the 21 games. Great job crashing the net. You see him get behind the defense. Carr can't get to that pass, and Sondrial able to just stuff it home on an empty net.
I mean, how good is that setup from Dean Letourneau? I know it's kind of a just throw it towards the net, but that is tape to tape from the wall. Dean Letourneau with his second point of the game, the goal earlier on the power play, and now
feels like the Eagles have made the adjustment there to try to protect that neutral ice area and not allow UNH to work their speed and those boundaries to get the puck inside the offensive zone.
Both teams looking for their 12th wins of the season. Here's Will Moore. Stops with Skahan coming behind him. McDonald was reaching for it. Stiga tried to center up. Squirts over for Berard. Has to wait for his team to tag up. BC needed a change anyway, so he dumps in with 7 minutes remaining in the second period. 3-2 lead for Boston College over New Hampshire. Radivojevic getting more and more minutes. More and more trust from the staff. Oliver trying to get behind. Pass back for Lavins. Dean Letourneau with a good read to break it up. It's that 200-foot. McDonald was chased from the faceoff. Still won by New Hampshire, and a bubbling puck ends up behind the net. Hemming, nice touch pass. You definitely see it with Hemming, right? In some small moments. Only his 5th game of college hockey. It's there. Gasso tried to center up. Hemming was the Fortescue was the trailer as it hit escape before it got to him. Especially if Jacob Newcomb.
Especially if he can combine here with Hagens. Those two right now, they've had a couple of sequences.
From the outside, lot of traffic. Here's Will Moore. Moore waiting. Goes back for Stiga. Finds Conmee. Not the shot he was necessarily looking for, but might have been more dangerous. It was rolling in on Chauvette.
That was like just something came off of it and almost snuck in.
Here comes Moore again, over for Conmee, and a save. Chauvette, what a good job pushing out as Conmee on his offhand got it.
Just feels, especially with McDonald there as well, centering that line. They have who they want out there. They have that unit that feels like they've been cohesive enough on the power play that can generate some chances. Talk about how good the Wildcats are on the faceoff. Comes in handy here on the power play.
So here is Leclerc. Plays it down for Winters. BC puts some pressure on. Comes right to the middle for Will Vogt. He's got a backhand out to center. So BC kills the penalty. Broken up well by Hagens. 2-on-1 back. Hagens scores! Little 5-hole for Hagens. Goal number 11 of the season. And BC expands the lead to 2.
Excellent effort defensively by Hagens. He has Conmee working with him, does a little head fake, takes it himself, and then is able to beat Chauvette. Excellent stick work by Hagens, and this is why he's going to play at the next level. Great finish and great IQ by James Hagens.
And it's 4-2, Boston College leads. And right on the heels of the penalty kill. So a major momentum swinger early in this third period.
And now Letourneau and Hagens with multiple points here today as well. And just shows you when they're going, this Boston College team is going to be difficult to slow down. Wildcats had probably their best power play. I know they didn't score on it, but had great chances on that sequence.
Oscar Hemming lost his footing, and he draws the penalty. As Gustafson comes in, it's Will Vogt. Plays it down for Gustafson. Dean Letourneau now. And Oscar Hemming getting power play time. Sondriel out there as well. I'd say it, second power play unit, but the way it's structured right now, it really feels pretty balanced between the two groups. And that's what Dem off of a long shift. Hagens for Hemming again, broken up. And Nick Ring skates it out for New Hampshire.
Yeah, at times it looks like 5-on-5. BC's on a power play with how well they're able to secure the puck and forecheck and keep these offensive opportunities going.
Ryan Conmee did a good job to stay with it. His pass, though, got knocked up in the air, where Letourneau goes and finds it. Fortescue keeps it in. Radivojevic with space. Hits Hagens, still out there. Hagens spins, finds Radivojevic again. Space wide for Fortescue, walking down the dot, throws it towards the net. think might have even been looking for a tip from Conmee as much as anything. But Chauvet secures it with 11:30.
Riding that momentum from the crowd after that timeout.
Another sellout crowd tonight at Conti. Letourneau trying to chip it forward. And Stiga's in behind. Plays it over for Conmee. Nice job to close the gap there by Fitzgerald. Conmee, though, good board work. Squirts it free, but only for J.P. Turner.
Well, sometimes you want your teammate to get that goal against their former team, but sometimes you force it a little too much. Maybe a little bit more time on Stiga's stick with that puck, and you create Conmee an opportunity to score, but just force that pass, and it bobbled off the stick.
Here comes Berard, fires and missed wide. All the way around now for Minetian. Moving through, plays it over Hagens, rips a shot up high. Gasso was open in the slot, but he didn't have his stick to follow up on the rebound.
He still kicked it over to Hagens, who still had a quality chance on.
Radovojevic comes over. Here's Hagens, got bumped a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's got to be a sinking feeling. A wide open rebound in the slot, nothing you can do without a stick. Fortescue for Radovojevic. Plays it over Gasso. Backhand out. Does to center. But Radovojevic does a good job. Gives it back for Sondrial, who changes. Down to 4:12 remaining. At a 4-2 Boston College lead. The goal in this third period belongs to James Hagens.
Wildcats, you think if you could get one.
There's maybe a chance. Gagnon plays it in front. Oh, Cloutier! What a save on Newcomb! Luca Cloutier with his best stop of the night. How about this setup from Gagnon? Newcomb right there, but Cloutier shuts the door. Keeps it 4-2 BC. Letourneau with an open net, he scores! A two-goal, three-point night for Dean Letourneau, and the capper as BC leads 5-2.
Unselfish play for Boston College. A great job by Vogt to give it up. Letourneau looks back, realizes I have the shot. He takes it. Insurance there for the Eagles to make it 5-2 here in the third period. And they've scored now in each of the periods against the Wildcats. And this line, Letourneau bails out of the Wildcats boat there.
So 5 goals for Boston College, who continues to be strong offensively. It's win number 12 on the season for the Eagles as they beat New Hampshire 5-2 to kick off the weekend series.